And hello, Rosie Parker or Viral Edge today, guys. Hello, everyone. It's me, Parker, or Viral Edge. Today, guys, we're you another Call of Duty Zombies live stream. In today's stream, we are actually back. We're finally back. It has been a few weeks. Wow, long enough that even the YouTube streaming setup is a little bit different, actually. So interesting. I don't know how to feel about this yet, but I hope everyone's doing good. I'm excited to get back at it a little bit. It's been a few weeks, and I want to talk about some of that. But we are, for no reason whatsoever, playing Town on BO2. I had done a poll, kind of asking like, what do you guys feel in BO7, classic zombies, custom zombies, and there we go. Can't type and talk apparently, but the pick was classic zombies. So that's what we're doing. I don't know why farm. I just literally was feeling farm, and I'm like, let's do it. Or not farm, town. I was feeling town. Played enough farm, right? But I was feeling town, and I'm like, screw it. Let's just dive in and do it. And with that being said, we're gonna start here. Probably will be the full stream, but if we get bored, we can always switch it up and whatnot. But yeah, I am going to dive into this. Let me share it quick as well. And we're going to go ahead and just discuss basically my few week hiatus. You don't really on this channel see much of a hiatus from me. I mean, usually you get a stream once or twice a week, roughly. That, of course, changed a little bit. So yeah, with that being said, I truthfully we hit Astra Malorm. And honestly, I really enjoyed BO7 Zombies a lot. I still was even on there the other day grinding a camo. But hit Astra Malorm, and it was just, I think it was just the wrong time for me to hit like a DLC. Because I'm pretty sure I was kind of busy with stuff a few weeks ago, and then I was kind of busy with things to where I didn't get like a ton of playtime. And then when I did, I actually just like ended up hating Oscar. Like I can't explain it, but truthfully, like I played the map, it's pretty cool. I was actually even went for an Easter egg attempt the other day with Viral Green, an old name, but it was fun. I enjoyed the Easter egg attempt. We did fail it, so I still have to go and do it. But like I had a good time doing that. The Easter egg was fun and whatnot, and the boss was pretty cool, and the area, like the Mars area, was pretty cool. I actually have not even tried the Wonder Weapon yet, so I'm kind of intrigued to do that as well. But it just hasn't been one where even like the high rounds on the map too have been, do something to glitch Oscar out so then you can, high round. And I'm like, that's not a real high round. Like it is, but it's going to be patched essentially. I just want like a good high round strat, and I haven't seen much of that yet, so hoping to still do a little bit of that. We don't have the announcement of the next map yet. Dude, where's the zombie at? We don't have the announcement of the next map even yet, so I think we've maybe got at least a few weeks to go. So I'd like to do a little bit more of that, as we start the year, but truthfully, just landing on a bad time and then not being that into the map, which again, I think it's a pretty cool map, but it just wasn't exactly my cup of tea with Oscar, that I just didn't have a ton of a care for it as well. So it kind of just slowed me down and honestly gave me a bit of a good necessary break in there too. I mean, we're grinding zombies for years on end. I honestly only can think of, now let me see. That was what, 2 weeks ago? Or 3 weeks ago was BO7 Astrum Alarm first attempt. I had then done a short or so after that. So it's really been like, let me actually see here. Let me actually see this. I think I had done like 2 shorts after that. It's like 1 stream and 2 shorts in like 3 weeks, which is, again, really not like me over the past so many years. But that's just what it was. And I think I needed a little bit of a break. And so today coming back, I was like, let's maybe change it up from BO7 to not burn myself out or whatever. But like I said, I even went back, was playing farm the other day on there, grinding the camo and having a pretty good time as well. So yeah, it's maybe it's just that map was just one that just didn't hit me right. But like I said, it was. I even had times like in BO6 last year where Shattered Veil, I actually like loved that map when it came out, but it was one where it landed at like a really bad time. I remember for just being able to play a lot. So and I kind of felt that where I was like, damn. But Astra Malorum, like if I was to play BO7 right now, I'd probably want to play like Farm or Ashes or something. So yeah, I don't know. We'll play more of it. I want to do at least maybe a couple more streams on that, but another one of those maps where I just can't see myself repeatedly playing that because why would I grind camos on there? So that's a little interesting there and whatnot. But yeah, that was part of it. But yeah, I wanted to at least at the bare minimum get on here and do a stream to end off the year though because I didn't want to be left hanging on that. I want to leave it on a good note. What's up, Zombie? How are you doing? I wanted to leave it on a solid note. And I don't expect this stream to be anything crazy. I mean, we're playing BO2 Town, right? But if we can even get a few of you guys chilling in here, end the year strong, is kind of the goal and the mission here. It'd be kind of good. So I ended at a nice spot. And Nightbot, what's up, dude? Can't believe it actually said on my YouTube analytics. I think this was during this couple weeks I took off or whatever, but it had said 10 years. Now, I don't think it's actually been quite 10 years of like content. Maybe it's been like 9, but I've had the channel created for that long, which is pretty cool. Which is pretty wild that I still even get on here and do this. But again, I love COD Zombies. I always have. I probably always will. And at least supposedly, right, this fall, right, is GTA 6. So I'd still like to play that. But, yeah, man, things get in the way and it happens. But, yeah, even the past few weeks, so it's been one where it was similar to one other time I took a break. I think I was about to mention this and I didn't. But it was June of... I don't think it was June of this year. I think it was June of 24 maybe, or 23. But one of those, I just had hit a point where I was like, it was like beginning of June. I don't know. I remember that, but I had zero desire to stream or play. Not even to stream. I think it was to play zombies. I had zero desire, and so I took like a 3-week break from it, or not a 3-week, a whole month break, and it was like very refreshing. So then I think I got right back into grinding and all that stuff. So that was cool. I don't know though what's to come of this 3-week break because it was nice, but I do want to keep streaming. But yeah, I can't say even tonight that I was like dying to stream, but I was kind of ready for it. I'm like, this is kind of, I want to do this. I want to stream tonight. So I've always wanted to never like force myself to stream. I never think that's a great way of doing it because I think it really comes off in your stream if you're not feeling it all that much. So yeah. How loud is this actually? If you're not feeling it all that much. So yeah. How loud is this? There we go. It sounds fine enough. But yeah, so I never want to do that. I never want to like force myself, like I have to do it, I have to stream whatever, because I think it doesn't come off genuine at all. And I think it shows, and you're not having as much fun when you do that. But yeah, for 2026 though, I mean, what can you expect? For myself, it's gonna be a year unlike any other year ever. It's going to be busier than ever in my life, because I am having a child in April. So yeah, that's not many people in here watching right now, but I'll mention it later or whatever, but if you watch this after the fact, yeah, having a child in April. So that's been part of my busyness of getting some shit prepared and stuff. So it's been part of the busyness and where the focus is, and getting to that in April is going to come quick. It's already January in 2 days, so, or tomorrow night really. you know, because New Year's Eve parties and stuff. But yeah, so that's gonna have me busier than I've ever been. Now that being said, I will do what I can. I will do what I must. I still, nonetheless, I want to have some shorts in there, you know, pretty, hopefully frequently, right? With some of the BO7 and even some classic ones or whatever. I want to do that. But I also want to, um, I also want to, still, you know, go through the BO7 season, right? So I can't promise in some of those scenarios that I'm going to be able to play the night of. And even if I play the night of, am I going to get to play for an hour or 2 hours or something? Is up in the air and going to depend on the day. So what I suspect for some of those streams after, you know, April, say once we're probably not in April, probably no streams in April really, but when we're in May, whatever, June, July, whenever I get back to it a little bit, I expect, you know, a late night stream here and there, an hour or two at most probably, but I do want to still stay not consistent, I don't even want to say, but a few things each month at least, maybe a few streams a month, 3 or 4 streams a month with shorts and stuff, just to still stay somewhat consistent, that when I do want to stream that there's someone around or whatever. But then leading into the fall, I don't know how much of a YouTube side of things, but I still like need to play GTA 6, right? So that could end up to being, you know, late night grinds once our baby goes to bed, you know, grinding for a couple hours, that sort of thing. But man, you take in your full-time job, that just busyness, that's constant forever, for the next 25 years, probably 20 years, whatever. It'll, yeah, and to be honest, in the best way possible, I need to focus my time properly. And so yes, when I start having kids, it's going to be, I've said this for years on end, it's going to be the beginning of the end for me, to be honest. But I'd like to hold out for a little while at least. I don't have it in me, I think, to just be like, oh, I'm done, that's a wrap. I don't have that, so, and I don't want that, so I will do it until I just cannot. And at the end of the day, I'm one that in like a show or something or a movie, I feel like I need a book ending or it just drags on forever. But I don't know if I'll ever have that in this, because I never want to be like, oh, I'm done. Because then what about a couple months later, things I'm like bored or one day and I'm like, hey, I want to stream, and it's not there anymore. So I never really want to do that. I'm sure in some way or another, in some fashion, whether that's 2 years from now or a year from now or 3 years from now, whatever, I'm sure I'll give you a note of, hey, it's been real, thank you, that sort of thing. But as of now, I don't want to do that. I don't plan on doing that. So, as I said, if I could stream even 3 or 4 times a month, 4 would be ideal, 3 or 4 times a month, but do some shorts in there, that's pretty good for me. I don't need to gain subs up or down or whatever. That's totally fine if not. But if I can still come hang out, like one of the little stats that showed up on YouTube that's not even impressive, like, to be honest, it's not, but it still showed that like my streams or videos or shorts or everything in 2025 was still like, I think it was like 56, 7 or 8 days watched worth of times. Like 58 days out of the year is the combined watch time, which, if you're not understanding that correctly, all the minutes combined equals 57 days worth of my content watched. Now that's 5 minutes for someone, an hour for someone, 3 hours for someone, 20 hours for someone, but it's all combined about 57 days worth watched of my content. Still in this year with a pretty dead channel is it's still a number that I'm like, dang, you know, that's not too bad. Like, whatever, I can still work with that, and it's still cool to know that here and there, you know, I'm gonna have streams that are completely dead and others that are lively, but here and there, still views and people are watching. So that's always good to see. What's up, Unlimited? How are you doing, man? Welcome. Good to see you. Oh my God, what are we gonna do here? We might be cooked. We might be cooked. There we go. Get the RPG out. But how are you doing, man? Good to see you, as always. Oh, shit. All right. But yeah, I don't know why we're playing BO2. But yeah, that's... But for content's sake, I started there again, and I think I kind of rampaged myself off. For content's sake, I'm going to be busy. Streams are not going to be as much. I would still love to finish out the BO7 season for sure. Playing each map, you know, even if I don't do the Easter egg on stream, wanting to do it personally would be wonderful. Let's actually get rid of those. I want to do it on my own, you know, post a short about it, post a video, whatever. All that stuff. And then... With that being said, still want to do my high rounds, my camel grinds and stuff. I still would like to get Dark Matter, or what's it called in there, Infestation. Still would like to do all that. And then at the end of the year, and you know, within that too, it's not going to be constant BO7. Still always want to mix in some classic zombies here and there, or classic zombies, or custom zombies, or whatever. Because those are always amazing as well too. But that being said, oh shit, that being said, do that, and then towards the tail end of the year, I would still love to... I can't promise that I would, you know, say sit down and do the BO6 campaign from start to finish, because my time is going to, you know, come and go as it can, but truthfully, just like, hey, I got an hour, stream, play some BO6 campaign, or not BO6, GTA 6 campaign, you know, do some missions, that sort of thing. Would love to do that as well. And yeah, we're obviously... very zombies fixated, but when GTA 6 comes out, it's probably going to be the main priority, especially coming from there. I think we'll pretty much be done with BO7 at that point, right? So then it'll be an MW game, I believe, again. Or is it going back to a 3-year cycle, Sledgehammer and stuff? I don't know. But yeah, it's it's going to be a year. As I said, it's going to be my busiest year ever. It's going to be, I'll just say this, most likely the least active year of myself ever on this channel. I want to say that's a fair assessment. And it's not like we were... I'd actually love to... I want to go through my list here, actually. I want to see something. I don't even think I'm going to pull up the screen here. I just want to see, I want to go on YouTube and see my channel. I want to see my channel, and I want to see what... So shorts, I always think are pretty good. I think I cover that pretty well. I always love making shorts. So I think I had a number of those this year, which is good. But live, let's look at live. So over the past 12 months, I still played plenty of BO6 and other maps and stuff. I can't say the views were the greatest they've ever been. But if we go back to about 1 year ago, where it says Citadel, I still stream. Let's see an average here. We'll say 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. What's that? 4 times 19. 76 times, so averaged about 1.5 a week, something like that. That's probably fairly accurate for now. But yeah, no, it's still a solid year of zombies, man. All that was pretty solid. I kind of like looking at that. It's pretty cool. But yeah, and I don't expect more than that this year. I'd probably expect probably 2 every 3 weeks would be a good way to put that, to be honest. But that being said, we might hit it maybe fairly, not like an everyday thing still, because I'm still pretty busy in life and stuff, but maybe try grinding a little bit before then, just to, you know, put a nice, not a bow on it that I'm done, but just a bow for this time, and then kind of enter a new dad era. So then a lot less streams, shorts, whatever. But God, like my gap from here to here, this past couple weeks, this could be something that is very likely to happen. But again, I don't like saying goodbye and just hanging it up forever. I still like to stream a little bit here and there, and hang out with you guys and that sort of thing. So I don't plan on leaving that just yet. So we'll see. Oh shit! Watch out! I am very focused, like just on talking. That I'm like doing this without my brain even on. But I still want to see. I want to see what round we can get to. Let's get double tap, and speed is in there. We're not gonna get that. We'll get stamina up like we do, like one does on this map. But yeah, I expected the stream to be pretty dead just because, it's been, like I said, 3 weeks. But yeah, hopefully, maybe get back to it on Friday, do another stream or something. Could be pretty fun. So I'm about positive I won't have anything prepared tomorrow for a short-wise, anything like that. Which, go out and have fun, hang out with friends, whatever, do your thing tomorrow. Don't worry about it. I mean, not that it's short, it takes more than 30 seconds. But still, go out, do that stuff, and who knows, maybe I'll return on Friday and do a little bit. I think I had a run there. I think it was this past year, though, where I was pretty consistent, like day in and day out, whether it was a short or a stream. I think I had a couple times like that, actually. Perhaps to me. Which last year was one of the busiest years of my life, too, but this, that was busy with events and trips and things like that, which are wonderful things to be busy with. But that being said, now my busyness is forever and every single day. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's for the most part going to be a big change. So, which is all right, and I'm super excited for it. I talk about it, it probably sounds more depressing in a YouTube sense, but for that sense, man, YouTube's always been fun. It's always been a nice thing to do. I've always enjoyed, sharing my love of zombies and grinding with you guys, but being a dad is, like, my number one thing. I honestly, probably my number one thing in life that I've always wanted, to be honest. Like, that, I've always wanted a lot of money, to be honest, but that's probably my number one. Like, just having a kid and being a dad is my thing. But needed to wait to the right time, and the right time was now. And so I'm, even if I'm not jumping like in excitement loud right now, I'm just pretty tired from the day. But I'm very excited for that, and that's where I'm like, if I can't, stream for weeks on end or something, shoot, so be it, right? But that's where I want all my focus. 100%, and if I can do this on the side still a little bit, wonderful. I would love to, but priorities. So we will go from there. Let's see. Let's keep grinding though. Let's keep on grinding. But yeah, up until that date, I would love to keep streaming a little bit here and there. Shorts. I really just love shorts because, in a sense, they are like, they're easy views, but they truthfully end up, the views are pretty meaningless on shorts. It's like, yeah, it's great to see thousands of views and stuff, but they're pretty meaningless. But being when you get, some shorts like that do have a few thousand views, it usually ends up getting a couple people to a live stream or something, and even just a couple people. All right, let's go hit the box again though. But yeah, I'm having a girl though, so I'm not sure she'll be into COD Zombies, but maybe one day if I have a boy. If I have a boy, I will definitely show him zombies at one point or another. I've always had this thing in my brain of like, and this probably be hard to stick to because, he'll see, again, if I have a boy one day, he'll see the, like, oh, there's more games, on your Xbox, that sort of thing. But I think it'd be so cool to show your son or whatever, like COD Zombies, and be like, this is World at War Zombies, and have him have to only have World at War Zombies for like, I don't know, 3 months even. You could say like 6 months, but depends on how much he plays. But like 3 months even of just like, hey, this is World at War Zombies, and then let him play Black Ops Zombies, and play Black Ops Zombies for 6 months, 8 months, whatever you want, and then show him BO2 and onwards. Like I think that would be a fun progression because if you just throw it all at them, there's going to be certain maps they never play and ones they only play. But if you kind of go into that, now it depends on how old they are, because if they're a bit older, well, they're probably going to search it up and see something. But they're young, that kid, like all of us playing when we were 8 years old, 9 years old, whatever. It'd be kind of fun. A good way to build it up to playing like the crazier maps later, and the different, go through how zombies changed and even peaked and then descended in some aspects, of course. But talking of that, actually, I think BO7 is really on the right track with talking about, in Cold War, it was like that game was all gameplay and like no personality to the maps. I think BO7 is really getting that personality back. Like BO6 had it, but I think BO7's hits a little harder in that aspect. So props to them. I think that's the right direction now. I do still think the change that's going to happen, honestly, probably in this next game, I never would have expected it in BO7 just because of the only a 1 year gap or whatever between the games. But I think they are going to go back to classic mechanics within the next game. I think it's going to be no armor, no rarities, probably a shield back like that. I think they're going to finally take the criticism. I think these games have been so close together that they haven't had the opportunity to really be like, okay, people don't want modern mechanics. And I think they're going to go. I hope they keep a lot of BO7 where it's like, the gameplay feel even is fine, and the personality of the games are kind of getting a little bit more back, which is nice. But I think they're gonna probably market the game. They even tried to kind of market this one as like a BO2 sequel, but it's just not. I think they're gonna market it as like back to classic zombies, and it's gonna be like the shield, and it's gonna be no score streaks, and maybe more even focus on more basic maps again, and probably you'll still have your Easter egg intensity and stuff, but then no rarities, the classic pack-a-punch system. Maybe I don't know if the hit system will go away because they want to share with the noobs too on even playing field and stuff, but maybe a little more classic in the perk system and things like that, and classic point system as well, like all that. So I think they'll probably keep things like Ether Shroud and Gobblegums and stuff like that and augments, but I think they're going to go to a classic approach is what they're going to do. They're going to almost strip it of these features they've added that are now like years have passed, and now there's going to be a couple years and they're going to go backwards. Which truthfully, whatever that next game is, it's not next year, of course, but whether it's 2 years away or 3 years away, we will probably start learning details of that pretty quick here. I'm actually surprised we haven't really yet, but I remember like, what was it? Maybe it was right at the beginning of BO6 or something, or maybe even a little. I think it was maybe even a little before BO6 launched, but I'm pretty sure BO7 leaked, and it was like I remember the video, and it was something like there was an Activision conference in like Shanghai or something like. I'm making that up, but it was something like that, like in a different country, and they're like. In this, it showed BO7 will be a year after BO6, and will follow up on the BO6 storyline. The Primus crew will return, which we obviously saw, and they will be playing on a transit-inspired map with a vehicle that you can move around on or something like that, or like a vehicle that you can use between locations. And that's literally like to a T Ashes of the Dam. There's not even anything about that ended up hitting the cutting room floor. Like it was just all there. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe that was a spontaneous leak, but I don't really think so. I think we'll probably see more like that. Probably see more like that. So yeah, not surprised. Yeah, unlimited, exactly. It was pretty spot on to what we actually got now. I'll tell you one thing that I didn't love about BO6, but now I miss it. Those dang mutant injections, man, were so much fun. I think they are a little broken, but I think there's ways you could have fixed it. I don't think like a maximum, but I think maybe even do like a crazy salvage increase. Like, so what were they before? 2,500. Do like, I don't know. You'd think they'd go double, like 5 grand even. Do 5 grand or 4 grand. My thought too, and maybe this stems into if they go back to if they go back to like a classic zombie system. I think there's a lot of ways you could implement current day elements into that. One of them would be I think you can get rid of the crafting table, keep the score streaks, and put them. Oh shit! Get rid of the score streaks, but not fully. Put them into the mystery box. So you could be spinning and get a mutant injection or something. I think that would make even for much more like wanting to hit the box because I think that's like a lost art today hitting the box. We sometimes will, but not really. I think it's a lost art. Throw those in there. All the score streaks, it could be hand cannons, it could be mutant injections, disciple injections, mangler cannons, whatever. Throw that all in there. That'd be pretty cool. And then, hey, what's up, Junior? You're not late, bro. How you doing? Welcome to the show. But yeah, throw those in there. I also think this is an idea from Expert Fusion. I heard him mention a couple times, but he said you could still do your loadouts, but have them on like the wall in game for like maybe not 10 grand, but maybe like 6 grand or something, almost like the Galvin Knuckles or something like that. Put them on the wall, and you could buy them in your game. So you'd still start with a pistol, and then you do that. So that'd be kind of how you implement like those classic mechanics, where you have to do stuff in game to receive it. You don't just start with it. How's it going though, Junior? Junior, we are talking about 2026, and that because of fatherhood, that will be the most busy year of my entire life come April. So I'm going to do my best to still stream and stuff, but with a child on the way in April, I will be pretty tied up to say the least. So overall, grind as I can. But there's going to be no set schedule there, and it might be some more like late night grinds of gaming and things like that, but no set days or anything. And I want to just hey, thanks Legendary Loner, you're the man, bro, you're the man. How you doing, dude? But yeah, soon in April. So yeah, I'm gonna do my best. I am Junior. I am April, man. It's already 3 months and 3 weeks away. Something like that. I was counting. I have a counter. So, yeah, that's going to keep me very busy. But like I said, I don't want that to be the end. I want to still, even if there's 2 week gaps in between streams or 3 week gaps, I do want to still grind. Not grind, really. I want to still play. I want to stream. I want to also do like shorts and stuff. But I can't promise any set schedules, and truthfully, it will be the slow beginning of the end for me, just with years to come. But I still want to play, throughout the BO7 season. I want to still stream here and there. I want to play Grand Theft Auto 6 and all that. So I don't have any plans of hanging up the headset, if you will, but things will just slow down, absolutely, and I will do my best to do it whenever. Can't believe it's New Year's Eve tomorrow. I know, bro. Hope you got some fun stuff planned. Let's actually get rid of both these. I hope you got some fun stuff planned. I don't know why we're playing BO2 Town. I just was feeling it. I appreciate it, man. I think it's safe to say, those first couple of months we might be a little cooked in that sense of, getting a stream here and there, whatever. It might be a lot more. Bro, what? I'm actually going to restart. Going to be a whole lot less of that, but that being said, I I got to put my priorities elsewhere, but I don't want to hang this up. I still want to play some here and there and stream for all of you guys and whatnot. Voted for OG Zombies, love it. Town Fire, we actually took it down like a little bit earlier than that too, so I was like, we're good. But cool, Loner, only a half day tomorrow. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. It should be a good day tomorrow. Should be fun. But yeah, hopefully I maybe get back Friday, watch the Stranger Things finale, and then yeah, maybe stream or something like that. Could be pretty fun. So we'll see. But yeah, what to expect when those days come ahead. I truthfully, like I said, I'm never gonna make any schedules ever again for this, but I can imagine some late night streams or something like that. Just an hour or two here and there. Like I said, I want to continue the BO7 season. I want to still do some classics and customs, as that's just something I love. And then play Grand Theft Auto 6 when that comes out is gonna be a must. Now, like I said, I'm not gonna sit and do a whole campaign playthrough or something, but even if I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be grinding GTA 6 for a couple hours, might as well throw on a stream, that sort of thing is kind of my goal. And even if I'm gone at one point for a month or two, to know that you'll know, like I said, I think you'll know when I officially hang it up, but at this point I want to keep going and stream when we can and not just put a damper on things and just end it, because what's going to happen is I'm going to do that, and then like 2 months later I'll have a day and I'll be like, dang, I could have streamed for a couple hours and I'll miss it. So and I don't want to go back on like saying the end or something. But yeah, Legendary, how have your streams been, man? On a better note, how have things been with you, my friend? Hopefully wonderful. All right. Let's get it, bro. But yeah, it feels good to be on BO2, man. I've been grinding BO7. It's my first classic zombies game of anything. Not my second because I died, but my first time back on a classic game since BO7 came out. What did it come out, like October? Was it November this year? Was it like November 13th? Is that right? Can someone tell me that? When did that come out? I want to see. Switching up to OG Zombies. Yeah, man, I still will be on, BO7 and stuff. November 14th, so it's actually been about a month and a half, so not too bad. Which is crazy, they're already, 2 maps in on that, which is wild, but 4 maps in, really. But yeah, getting back on here, not a bad route to go. Shit, I gotta make myself a note for tomorrow. Just got to do that. All right. There we go. Okay. Good old BO2. What's up, Kanisko? I'm just doing YouTube for fun now. Been busy with work and the holidays. Absolutely, man. It has been busy. Setting up monitors. I'm going to try to do some dual streaming here. Nice, bro. That's awesome. Kanisko, welcome to the stream. The news of the night. The news of 2026. The biggest news of my life. Busiest year of my life ahead. I don't remember if I told you or not, but we are having a baby in April. So, that being said, probably going to be my least active YouTube year ever. But, like I said, I don't want to quit. I want to put all my time where it's needed there and put my 100% there. But hey, if I still have a 10% one day, I want to get on and stream. I don't want to end it there. Congrats, man. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate that, man. I'm so excited. I was just saying earlier, though, like, I'm a little tired tonight. I'm not showing my full energy or self right now, but it's, like I said, I want to still stream if I can, but truthfully, my number one thing in life, I think, has always been to be a dad, and I want to put in my 1,000,000,000% effort to there and all my time. And I still love gaming, though, and I think it's important still in life, whether you're married or whether you have kids. I think it's still, when the time comes and you have some free time, I think it's still important to do things you love, to make time to still be like a boyfriend or a girlfriend to your spouse, not just the mother or father of their children. So, that being said, I still want to make time in life for trips with my wife and dates with my wife, just us two, because we'll have kids for everything. I want to make those times, and with that being said too, I want to still make times for myself to do the things I enjoy, and that's still, playing games, playing zombies when I can. When I can. It's not a priority at all. But when I can, so I still want to do that. Dude, you were a teenager when I started watching you. This is crazy. It is crazy, man. I was actually just saying to one of the YouTube statistics. I don't know if I've actually been posting for 10 years, but even 9 or 8.5, whatever. But the channel did hit a 10-year date, which is crazy. Whether I've been posting or not, it's still crazy. Gaming is great, and I'm glad my wife doesn't mind playing. Yeah, man, me too. Like I said, I don't know what's to come in the next couple months here. I don't know what's to come because I will be so tied up with that and busy and tired as hell. So I will do it when I can. But as of before then, man, my wife has always been amazing. When I game, I have friends or family that are once they were long term with their girlfriend or married or whatever, it was gaming was thrown out the window. And I'm like, why? Why can your woman watch her shows for hours? And I love watching shows too, but why can they watch shows for hours, but you can't play Xbox for an hour or two? Even if it's not every night. Maybe they don't want you every night. Fine. But even if once in a while, an hour or two, or having to sell your setup or something, I'm like, bro, you are not on each other 24/7 that someone can't take an hour or two, even a week, man. Even a week, couple hours a week to play a game or something. And if they don't want to, that's on them. But if they just aren't allowed to, I'm like, bro, what? Now, again, when you have kids, that's different. Okay, let's play a different map. I'm actually going to go to BO1. Let's go to BO1 because fuck that. From what I've heard, a good hack for that is a stream. Wait, if you say watch... Sorry, let me see. Game is great too. You say this as my wife is watching Lord of the Rings. I'm playing BO1 for Rock. Love it, man. Stream Deck. Easy to pick. That's a great point, man. That is a really great... Steam Deck, my bad. I was reading it as Stream Deck. That's a great point, man. That is a very good point. One of the smartest things I've ever heard come out of your mouth, Kanisko. I'm just kidding. Total joke. You're the man. That's a great point, though. It really is. What should I try here? I don't want to get cooked. I don't want to get cooked is the thing. But do I want to play Ascension, the easiest map on this game? I'm not sure I want to do that either. Not sure I want to do that either. You know what I still haven't played is Dead Ups Arcade on BO7. I haven't done that yet. Boom. Boom. Derice is a fucking banger. One of the best maps of all time. Top 5 maps, actually. 5 is fire, too. I like 5. But Derice, man, is... We're cooking with Derice. Let's play it. I actually love this map. It's almost like a different experience, too, playing on BO1, these maps. But yeah, love this. This is probably my top, my 5th ranked map. Probably my 5th. So I definitely have higher ones. Shadows. It honestly today, probably still goes Shadows, Derizendrack, Mob of the Dead, Origins, Derice. Probably what it is. Mob and Origins to me though are so different that it's they're so different to me that they don't even yes, they're the same game, but they truly feel so different in the tasks and the setups and what you're doing with the staffs and stuff that it's hard for me sometimes to even make a decision on those. And Derizen used to probably be my number 4. But that is the one map that, it could honestly be debatable for number 1 one day. which is crazy because I never thought that way back in the day when it was out. Like, I always enjoyed it. I always really loved Horizon Direct and stuff, but truthfully, that is a map where it's one where every time I play Horizon, I'm actually like shocked at how good it is and how much it like blows me away that was a map we had, because I still play it to this day. And whether I'm doing like building the bows or the Easter egg or just like looking at the map in general, I'm like, God dang, man, like how did we have this in 2016? And like how is it still today so amazing? Now, I do get that with Shadows of Evil, but maybe I feel it less because I don't do like the Easter egg at all. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. I don't I still think Shadows is top tier, but I don't get that same vibe every time I'm playing it of like wow 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 that I get with Horizon Direct. So I'm glazing Horizon Direct, yes, but I'm just being honest that if I really thought about it day in and day out, maybe one day it could switch to my favorite at some point. Truly a masterpiece of a map. And I think too, now I know Shadows is based off of like Chicago or New Orleans maybe, or New York. I think it's Chicago. But Horizon is actually like Hohenwerfen Castle in Austria. And that just adds to it too, I think, when you see it, like the real life location and how well they did on that version, or like recreating, is just crazy to me. Master volume's not even up that high, which is crazy. But yeah, man, that was like a DE glaze on its own, but man, it really deserves it. I can't say anything else. And this map too, I think this one has a nostalgia grip on me, but I truly love Derice. Like one of my, like I could play Derice every single day, as crazy as that sounds. And don't get me wrong, it probably helps that there's like multiple versions of this map, World at War BO1, BO3. And I probably do love the Giant the best at the end of the day, but man, even like the World at War version is just kind of nutty, and this one's pretty cool. Yeah, man, it's all good. It's weird though using BO1 guns on this map. I've always thought that. But yeah, even like the Giant, I just love. It's said so much. I think it's probably slowed down today. And I think we maybe our memories are slowly fading because it was actually a long time ago now. But when BO3 came out, like that whole year was unreal, and Chronicles was unreal. But like when BO3 came out, man, like the true art of what Shadows of Evil was, and the Giant as like a release map combo. I know the Giant wasn't a non-disc map, you had to get it or whatever, but as like a release combo, like jumping in and not really knowing those maps off the bat. We didn't know all the secrets and the ins and outs of everything, but like jumping in and, you know, into Shadows, there's so much to the map, how big it is, the stuff to learn, like getting the wonder weapon and the swords and all that. And the story was just crazy. That's funny you say that, Kinisco. I hated Shadows at first. Like, hated it. I thought it was so awful. But when I got into it and started knowing about it, was just like insane. I loved it like right away. And then like after I learned, but then the Giant too, like going into the Giant after a day of 9th grade, man, was just like crazy. Or making, at least me and my friends, the two things we were making plans for was either Shadows EE, which still comes up in conversation today to do, Shadows EE, or Catwalk on the Giant to grind gums and camos and XP and stuff. Like, those days were unmatched, man. Truthfully, if I was to be honest with you, when I talk about having a baby and stuff, is like the I don't think my life's gonna change in the sense of always like worrying about someone, but I don't think like my mind's of like the things I like and things like that I do, I think is gonna be fairly similar. But the one thing that does make me sad is, and not sad in a good way, because it's one of those like be happy it happened kind of things. But thinking back to, now, I've been an adult since I was 18, but have I really? I'm 20. I'm turning 25 now soon. So yes, like I'm well underway of it being an adult man. But I think once I have a kid, it'll really push me of that threshold. The days I'm gonna miss though are those days of being 15, 16, 17, 18, whatever, where like life, you didn't have bills and you just had like, your friends and wanting to grind games with the guys and things like that. And all like my time even on YouTube with streaming and stuff, like those are the memories that are be like, dang, like I'm really not a kid anymore. And those were my some memories that I really cherished from being those ages where zero responsibilities, man. And if anyone, you guys are both older, but if I always say that even in the streams to people is like, if you are young right now and you don't have to pay bills and like you live with your parents, man, live it up, because you may not make as much money as you will one day when you're out of high school or college or whatever, but damn, bro, the times of just, you just had to get up, go to school for 7 hours a day with your best buddies, and then go home and have no responsibilities and not have to worry about a thing. You enjoy it, man, because the bills never quit, and the money you get, even at times if it's an okay amount, poof, gone, and you don't have as much free time, and you don't see your friends as much. So that's kind of my main point of what I was saying is the memories I will cherish most once I have a kid and I'm not as free is those teenage years of, not having, of still being like in the school threshold, of not having any worries in the world. Like that was peak right there. And I'm going to hit different peaks of dadhood and stuff, but those of having no one to worry about, no bills to worry about is crazy. Just pretending to be an adult, man, that's how I feel too. I get by, I have my career job and stuff, and I, have a home and whatnot. It's all great. It's really just paying the bills. Save some money, pay the bills, and then do what you love still. But now I have my jump to being a dad is going to be my adult jump that I probably need. I'm very split personality though, because when I'm streaming with you guys, or I'm talking with my friends, or I'm hanging with my friends, man, I'm still that like 17, 18-year-old. But when I'm at work, I'm professional. So it's that split. So I will have to find that split in being a dad of like, hey, I got to be serious at some points, got to take care of things, but at the same point is like, I'm still myself, and I don't want to be like, oh, I'm done, I'm growing up, Preaching too good to go down to a 2 slap. Oh, dang, yeah, I should probably get Jug, man. I'm not even thinking about it. Please get Jug. Great point, man, great point. Dude, I'm going to go down to a 2-hit right here. Let's see. Alright. Let's get Jug right after this. Alright, let's get some Juggernog rolling. But yeah, man, like, moral of everything I'm saying, I am excited to be a dad. I'm excited to focus all my energy on that point in my life, because it's the most important thing coming in my life. But at the same point, I'm still myself. I still, if we can game randomly and stream stuff, wonderful. If I'm with my friends or I'm streaming with you guys, I've got to keep it real to myself. I can't just fake it to make it. I will fake it to make it, but I can't just fake like, oh, I have to be 100% serious constantly now. Like, in times I do, but I don't want to change that aspect of myself. Let's see. Alright, let's keep moving. Let's get some quick revive as well. Probably start opening up Pack-a-Punch as well, too. But yeah, I have no real agenda of this stream either of, you know, how long we're going to go and that sort of thing. But I'm just going to grind it out. We'll die. When we die, I'll probably call it, but just keep cooking. There we go. And Beauty of Annihilation, man, is one of the best songs of all time. Get those dad jokes ready. Bro, that's something. I've been saying dad jokes since I was like 17. I told you, it's been in my blood. It's ready to go. I still love on BO1 where the HUD kind of disappears when you don't initiate anything for a little while. I think it just gives it a cleaner look as well. BO1 has like the perfect gritty look to it that I love. Like, that's something where things are just too polished that... And I don't think you can, like, artificially do this look. Because even BO2 kind of has a gritty look, but BO3 is a very nice look, I think. Alright. But yeah, let's get Pack-a-Punch opened up. Let's get this shit rolling. Prefer BO2 personally? Yeah. No, I think that's totally fair. A game that is really aged, and rightfully so, but is World at War, man. That game is... It's still cool because it's like the first zombies and stuff, and I still love like the personality it has and the maps and some of the kinks and stuff, but quirks is maybe a better word. Just like the losing Jug with the Wonder Waff, or the 24 zombie round limit on Shinonuma, or things like that, that I still like love for the personality of it, but that as a game is a bit tough in regards to like actually having a smooth experience on. It's pretty tough. It looks pretty rough. It's fine, but it's still pretty rough looking. And then like when you Pack-a-Punch a gun, it looks like you're holding like a blurred pixel. But also like the movement on it is pretty bad, and then you might just like go down randomly. You know, if two dogs hit you one time, you're cooked immediately, like even with Jug. Like just things like that where it's like, dang, quick revive does not work. So it's a huge, it's like a little bit of a mess, but it's still like a damn good game. And I love it for all those issues, but it's definitely a bit painful at times. Let's actually get, oh shit. It can be painful at times if you're actually attempting like a challenge. Yeah, man, a special place in your heart is the exact way to describe that. Alright. BO3 will always be my love, though. Like, it can't change. Truthfully cannot. It'll always be the GOAT, in my opinion. And I get the argument for BO1 or 2, but I really don't. Like, I respect them. I'm just like, damn, like, BO3 is just too good. There we go. Shit, did I hit it? Okay, yeah, it's down 2. Good. Alright, let's get the last bit. I don't want the spaz. I want something else. Speed cola, cool. We'll get quick revive. We'll open that up. We get it, don't worry. We'll also hopefully play the song before we down. Yeah, BO3's been... Yeah, that makes sense too. Nostalgia factor is huge. Some of my biggest, like, odd nostalgias are, like, Outbreak, Exo Zombies. I have a strong nostalgia for that map. Zombies in Spaceland, I think I do have a nostalgia for, even though it is a really good map. I do have a big nostalgia for that map as well. Anything BO3, I probably have a nostalgia for. Like nostalgia for BO1, I do. Oh shit! Come on! There we go. All the way open, nice. I'd like to pack much this. Now BO4 is solid, but I couldn't put it up there personally. All right. Like, up there sure is a great game, absolutely. Best, though, I can't do that. You know? Chuck the monkey. Maxi. Alright. For EEs, that's totally fair. My good zombies fact is I've never done a BO4 Easter egg in my life. Not once. Not once. And the only one I really ever cared to do was the classic, or the, what is the 5 map called in that? Dude, am I losing my zombies knowledge? Classified. Okay, that's why I said classic. My bad. Am I losing my zombies knowledge, guys? It's unfortunate. Classified. Love Classified, man. That's a nostalgia one I have. We're talking that. That shit is awesome. I love it, love it, love it. Right. Love that shit, man. How are you doing though, Kanisko? Just been yapping about me. How are you doing, man? How is life? How is work? How is... I don't know if... I thought you weren't with your lady or something like that, but... Sorry to bring it up if you're not, but I'm just curious about everything related to you, man. 9 or Blood, they're great. Both are bangers. I actually almost on the 9 one, and I've worked on the Blood one. But man, both those maps are damn good. My thing with BO4 is, like, I sit and I think about it, and I'm like, I don't love, you know, all the gameplay or whatever. I didn't back in the day, and I still think it was, I still think it was dumb to go from how perfect BO3's was and everything, and people loved it, to change it up like that. But when I think of BO4, I think of all these different maps, and 9, banger. Blood of the Dead, banger. People hate that, but it's a banger. Voyage of Despair, I hated it at first, was my least favorite map. Now I kind of like it a lot, actually. The 4th one in there was what? Classified, banger. Dead of the Night, absolute banger. Ancient Evil, not my favorite, but people absolutely love it. Alpha Omega, worst map of all time. And Tag Your Totem, pretty fun map. But those launch maps, man, are like pretty damn good, so. Alpha is the worst map of all time. I don't know how I could have ever said that about Voyage. You might be crazy. You guys just have it rough. I got you, bro. Well, I'm glad to hear you're still together. That's good. I was kind of like eating my words for a second. I'm like, was I right on that or was I wrong? I don't remember. Is this the... What camo is this on here? Is this like the... Gold? Is it silver? Can't even tell. Or is it actually supposed to be like the World at War one? I hear they're doing an Alpha Omega remake in BO7 though. Which I actually am not. Mr. TLX said like, this is the worst idea. I'm actually not opposed because I think this could be... I think not... Could be. This will be better than... This will be better than BO4's Alpha Omega. My God. Can't even question that. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, new YouTube settings. Okay, I see you. Alright. Let me think here. I got one more something in me because the boys are chilling. I got one more something in me, but let me go to my games again. Let me go to my games. Let's do a... Let's do a first room. This is always a game though I regret not playing enough because I always was like low-key trying to go for the camel grind, and low-key only got like a couple guns done. But I got plenty of BO7 to do. Alright. Alpha E Omega EE right now. No. That would end my year in some shit. Wouldn't be a pretty way to end 2025. Alright. But let's see here. Let's look at something. Let's look at something quick. Look at something real quick. Okay, let's see. I still think this HUD is so not the HUD, the movement of like this little circle. I always think it's so weird because it reminds me of like if you're on a tablet and it's like this is meant for a controller. All right, we're gonna do 9. We're going to do Chaos Story. This is the perfect setup here. We're going to do a first room challenge on 9 to end off today is what we are going to do. Wait, no, I need to replace this with this. So what we're going to do. Oh God, actually this game though. The guns go so bad. That's the fun of it. Let's do it. I just don't get why it's like the circle dot. It just reminds me of like a tablet. I don't know why. 30 on Varrock, damn bro. But yeah, Legendary, I don't think you said, man, how are the streams doing and whatnot? How's all that? And you did some videos as well. I usually watch those. I don't know if I've been missing them or what, but I haven't watched one as of recently. Might have missed that one. Alright, let's see what we can do here in a first room challenge. I don't know if I've ever done a first room challenge in this game. Good, man. Glad to hear. Glad to hear you're having a good time. That's literally all that matters. Alright. Alright. Let's see. Okay. All right. First room. Okay, no, actually, I remember this one being kind of cool because you can get a papped gun. That's right. That's why I was thinking that. I was blanking out. My bad. And I remember I still was slowly trying to get this thing up, or headshots on it. Man, can you believe we're in 7? Like BO7, man? That's fucking nuts. BO10 in like less than 10 years is crazy. Like that's what it'll be. Most likely. Got to remaster some of these BO4 maps. As I said, Alpha Omega is getting a remaster in BO7, which is crazy. Okay, we need to do this actually. That's right. Equipment kills. Okay. Yeah, we can actually get a self-med kit as well as, or a quick revive, as well as an upgraded strife here. So yeah. Man, I've been saying that, you know, since BO3. I don't think we're ever getting that back. Actually, I was talking about this earlier, I think, before you guys were in here. I truly believe in the next game, it'll probably still feel like the modern gameplay of like BO7. It'll probably have similar personality to like BO7, but I truthfully think now it's been a number of years, you know, from Cold War to to Vanguard, MWZ to BO6 to 7, like it was all so rapid and quick that I truly think now there's going to be that couple years where they really hear us now of hey, you know, people are over the modern mechanics, and I think next game they're going to totally market it as classic zombies, and I think we're going to go back to modern or like the classic mechanics such as like classic point system. I think they'll bring the shield back. I think they'll do maybe something with the health. I don't really know on that. maybe adjust a little bit, but classic point system, classic pack-a-punch, classic shield, maybe some simpler maps for the most part, just with maybe the, you know, a little crazier on the Easter eggs. It'll never be like a BO3 feel, but I think that's what they're going to do. We're going to restart. Because that one we can't do in here, so... Can't do that in here, so... Restart once. If it fucks up again and we get a challenge like that, whatever, but... Let's do this. Whatevs. Yeah, that was something I totally missed. Armor system, salvage, and rarities, I think will all be gone. I think they'll probably take away score streaks. Like I mentioned, I think a cool way to do score streaks would be to maybe put them in the box. That could be a way to still incorporate them and have them. Another thing that Expert Fusion said was do an armor, like a wall buy of your loadout. So maybe you pay 8 grand to get your loadout of your equipment and your gun and whatever, which could be a cool way of, you still have to kind of buy it like in game, that sort of thing, not just like handed it, you know, off the rip. So that's be kind of a cool way to do that. Let's see. Okay, again though, if this one fucks up, we're just gonna run with it. But hopefully we don't get the saw trap. Actually, let's try a different one. Let's try this one here. There we go. I don't think they're always the saw trap one, right? But yeah, bring the shield back. That's one too. I think people would love that as well. Classic pack-a-punch machine. Yeah, I think they'll probably make like a pretty, maybe map similar to like Cold War, where they're pretty simple, but you can kind of get into it with the, can maybe get into it a little more with the Easter egg and stuff. Get 6 equipment kills. Okay, I'm not liking this because it looks like we're on the track to get to that blade one again, but we're gonna see if maybe not. See if we maybe get something else. So we'll try it out. But again, if we don't, we'll just run this as per usual. Run it as per usual. Let's see. There we go. I've never went over there before. Okay. Okay, fuck it. We're not doing these, I guess. I can't slide under there, so we're cooked. We are cooked. It's unfortunate. I didn't realize that was in every game one. I did not think it was. I did not think it was. I've always loved the Strife. Why doesn't it have attachments on? Is it because we're not prestiged or something? Whatever. Okay, we do have the Viper, so we can use that. We can use our Wraith Fires as well, but no perks. So, yeah, I can't imagine this goes super long, but we'll try it out. I can't slide under a blade because I can't leave, bro. See. So we want to do this because it's the most points, but I guess it doesn't really matter when we're in the spawn room. But we got double points at least, so it's all good. All good. Yeah, man, I'm still gonna be streaming as normal. I took like a 3-week break though because I was just kind of burnt out a little bit and was kind of busy with things. So hopefully, though, we can kind of get back into it a little bit, to grind out, until like March or April or whatever. But like I said, even after that, I'm still going to try when I can. I imagine those first couple months will probably be pretty unlikely, but after that, stream when I can. I imagine more of like maybe a late night stream, and most people catch it as as like a VOD afterwards or something like that. But again, I'm gonna be hella tired, I'm sure, for a long time. So we'll see, man. And I still work my full-time job, so it's gonna be full-time job, come home to full-time baby. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot. So we'll see if there's any time I can fit in there to still do this a little bit. Wonderful. But even if it takes a couple months, whatever, I would still like to do some shorts or something at one time or another too. So that should be cool. I think it actually shoots kind of quick. Via my fix. What I'd like to do, man, once I am like settled, more settled in, we have more of a emotion down with our child and stuff, is to maybe stream twice every 3 weeks would be like the motion there. So maybe that's like 2 streams in a row. Maybe that's 1 stream and then 2 weeks later another stream, or like a week later another stream, whatever. But yeah, something like that, and then mix in some shorts as well. I usually do, because can kind of keeps things active at least. So I like to do that. But yeah, but good, man, good to hear. I appreciate that. But it's if I can even do it a couple times a month, I'm not gonna complain. I don't want to just like quit. I'm actually good. We're not gonna do this. I don't want to just like quit and just have no indication of like, oh, I can never stream again, or an indication of I can't stream again. So yeah. But guys, thank you. It's been an amazing 2025. Probably the best year of my life, to be honest. Like all around, got married, honeymoon, bachelor party with my boys. Got to do some fun stuff and go on a couple cool trips as well, which was great. And just been grinding away, and then still on the YouTube side have done a lot of things. And big year to come, biggest year of my life to come, probably, but busiest year of my life, absolutely. But so super excited. It's what I've always wanted. Can't wait. And if we can still stream a little bit here and there is awesome. And if I can still keep things a little bit active is kind of the rule of thumb. But again, rough timeline here. I'm going to stream as per usual, I'm sure, until March or April. After that, things will slow down a lot. I still want to run through all of the BO7 season. I still want to throw in classics or custom zombies here and there as well. When GTA 6 comes out, I would still hope I can get some streams of that in as well. All should be good. But guys, thank you all so much again. It's been awesome. Thanks for another year under our belts. Kind of an anticlimactic, final stream of the year, playing Town and dying on Town and all that. Nothing too crazy, but I wanted to stream before the end of the year to check in. Hopefully I can be back on Friday, though. Tomorrow I will not be. It'll be New Year's. But yeah, let's focus on this Stranger Things Season 5 series finale, and that's my focus now. So let's grind that out. Good stream. See you in 2026. Happy New Year. Peace out.